The sisterhood that I am really excited about is an embodied, fully embodied sisterhood, and also a committed sisterhood. Both of these terms are kind of pointing to the qualities of the feminine and the masculine in some way, that I feel like there's a growth capacity for us as women when we come together. What I mean with fully embodied sisterhood is to have a sisterhood where everything, really everything, is welcome. I'm not just speaking about all emotions or both the light and the dark. I'm also speaking about all the dimension of being human. I'm speaking about including our soul and our human. And I'm speaking about including our erotic nature. When women come together and all of that is welcome, when all of that is allowed in the field, it's almost hard to put words on it, because it is like another dimension can open up. Because the feminine, like the divine feminine, the goddess, the great mother, she is everything, right? If you think about it, life is really everything. It includes the whole spectrum, and it is not just the light or not just the dark. The deeper we go, the higher we reach, right? It's the yin and yang. It's the fullness of life. It is life going through its cycles, the seasons of life. It is a continuous of death and rebirth. It's like a full spectrum of evolution. That is what life is, and that is the feminine principle of the divine. So it does make sense, right, on a theoretical, intellectual level, that something else does open up when we invite all of that into a field. So when a group of women come together, and the tears can come, the anger can come, the rage can come, and the bliss can come, the joy, the laughter, the pleasure can come. We start to dance in the realm of the divine. And this is the formula to get magic to enter into this dimension. I'm giving you this code right now. When everything in our being is welcome to be expressed freely, the divine enters. So when a group of women come together like that, we become a vessel for the divine. And the divine, the feminine, her, the goddess, can move through the entire group of women. It's like a consciousness that moves through different pieces, but each piece has its own unique role and flavor or frequency or tone, whatever you want to call it. And all of a sudden there's this orchestra playing the divine music of the mother. What is committed sisterhood, and why do we need it? Most of us on this path of personal development and more authentic relating, we have started to understand that, like, when we relate, especially in our romantic relationships, we need things like commitment, agreements, boundaries, like certain things that help us define the container in which we are relating. So as someone that is a lot in the poly world, this is even more important. The more complex, like realm we are navigating, the more clarity and transparency we need to have for the field to feel safe. So I realized lately that I have the tendency in my life actually to have more clear containers for my male relationships. And I don't just mean my partner or my lovers, I mean everyone, my brothers, my male friends, basically. I have cultivated the qualities within me to know to speak my worth, my needs, and my boundaries, and hold somebody accountable within the container that we have set up. So when there is like a trigger, an eruption or something, I feel like I will speak to that man the way I expect for him to show up. And I realized that I actually don't feel safe to do that with women in the same way. How many of you have been in a situation where you have a friend, a girlfriend, like a woman, a sister, and you're close for quite a period of time, but then she meets a man and she meets someone that, a romantic partner, And then she disappears, to some degree. She gets less available, less in contact. Maybe you meet less. Maybe you're spending less time together. How many of you have had that experience? Or maybe you've had the experience of your sisters and your friends, but then a man that seemingly, is attractive and of interest to both of you, you start ending up in competition with one another. There's numerous of situations where basically we as women, we have forgotten to prioritize our connections as equal to those to men. We have learned through our culture and conditionings that the romantic partner, the heterosexual connection in our life is more important than our connection to our friends, our sisters. And the consequence of that is a lot of this pain that we carry, the sisterhood wounds, where we have felt abandoned or not prioritized or not seen or in competition with and comparison and. So what I'm inviting for with this committed sisterhood piece is to start create and define with your sisters in your life, what kind of relationship do you have? What kind of agreements would maybe serve you? What kind of expectations are still unspoken? Because when we get a container, an agreement, clarity on where we have each other, something will relax inside. The hearts and the nervous systems can feel more safe. And it is in this field of unknown where most of our friendships actually exist, that we don't dare to trust that someone will be there for us. We cannot know it. We cannot expect it from our friends. And in this way, we are now living in a reality and in a society where we are really like this individual islands, in I would call it a toxic individualism. So it's like we can mend those bonds and create a network and a field of people around us consciously by inviting these conversations, by sharing our heart, sharing, oh, I really appreciate you in my life and I see our friendship in this way. How do you see it? Where do we want to go with this? And actually come back to the harmony in all our relations, that we can cherish our sisterhood connections as much, as deeply, as long-term as our romantic relationships. I don't know how it has been for you, but I have some sisters in my life that I've known for longer than my romantic partner and that I trust and hope that I will have for the rest of my life. So why not define that? Why not talk about how beautiful this connection is? And what kind of safety can we create for each other?